Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a requested reading for Jude Bellingham and Ashlyn Castro. Um, from what I understand, he's a soccer player. I don't really know anything about these people. I've actually never had heard of them before somebody requested a reading for them. But I'm just going to read the cards, and I hope you guys like it. Okay, so the first thing that I am getting here is that they're working together. They're trying very hard to keep their relationship together. I do sense that there's a lot of arguing, fighting with each other, but they keep trying to work it out. So we have the heartbreak card right next to the working together card, so that tells me that they're trying to work through their differences, but it's a really hard road. What I also see here is that I do feel like he focuses on work more so than the relationship itself, and when the relationship gets hard, I think sometimes he will maybe tend to pay more attention to his work and making money versus dedicating more time to the relationship. I think there's communication issues between them. So when he's working, he may not be communicating as clearly or as much as she would like for him to be communicating with her. So that's also a source of issues and in the relationship, and being able to be in contact with each other is kind of a hurdle for them to be able to rise above. What I see here is that from this card here, I feel like she's trying too hard to control him. And he's starting to resent that. So she is trying to control how they speak to each other, how often they speak to each other, where the relationship is going, who he is talking to, there's just like a lot of emotional control going on, where it's like she's wanting so badly for the relationship to work, and it's just not gelling as well as it should, or that she would want it to. And so like her gut reaction is to try to control the situation. So it's trying to talk to him and get him to speak to her in certain ways, or in a certain cadence, and then there could be some emotional manipulation going on, because she's sort of like, with this card here, this is sort of like taming the lion, right? So this is like she's trying to control, and then she's like setting up this sort of plan to keep it going and keep it together. And so she's sort of using like her emotions to control the situation. So an example would be where she would be saying to him something like, well, you really hurt my feelings, when you don't text me back within a half an hour of my text. It makes me feel like you don't care about me, or you don't love me, or and he's kind of in between a rock and a hard place, because he's sitting here saying, well, I didn't text you back because I was at work and I couldn't get a hold of my phone, and so really sorry, but like I don't know how to fix the problem, but I'm going to try to work on it. So it's like he's trying to incorporate the things, but it's like a little bit like her demands are a little bit too much, or a little bit too just like a little bit too demanding. in that way. And then these cards down here show me that he's harboring feelings for somebody from his past. So that's kind of a dangerous situation there. And the reason being is because he is very sexually attracted to that person. So it's like there's such a connection between them in the carnal sense. So he would always like be harboring these feelings for this person. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to act on it or that he would be able to contact that person. I do kind of get the sense that like the girl has probably moved on, but it's just like there's definitely still feelings there for him. So that's kind of an issue, with his current relationship there. And then also what I see here, because we have the devil, is that number one, it's in connection with the ex, right? So that's like sort of that carnal aspect to the relationship. And then I also feel like because the devil card is here, women probably throw themselves at him. So that's also an issue, because that means that there's temptation for him to cheat and to, be involved with other women. So that's a possibility also, that he could cheat on Ashlyn. And then because it's underneath her, this is the card that represents her in this reading, and because it's underneath her, I do think she also uses that aspect of the relationship to manipulate and control him. So it would be, kind of if there's issues, she might withhold sex. If there's in order for him to maybe contact her, or like call her back or text her back, her reaction might be to send him a sexy picture or send him, a sexy text or something like that, like to kind of like bait him into being more responsive. So it's a little bit, it's not a very healthy connection, for my opinion, because she's kind of going about it all in the wrong way. And eventually I do feel like they will break up, because she's going to be trying so hard to hold on to the relationship and in hopes that like she wouldn't lose the relationship. But I think like the controlling aspect is going to grow really wary on him and very thin on him, and so he's gonna realize like this isn't what I signed up for. And then I think like because there will be other temptations, either from exes or from new women that are throwing themselves at him, I think he would eventually say like, F it, I'm gonna go hook up with this other person and then break her heart. So unfortunately, I do feel like they eventually will split, most likely due to cheating. And yeah, so unfortunately that's the reading. But I hope you guys still liked it, and please let me know if there's any other celebrities you'd like a reading for, whether it be a couple or an individual celebrity. Just let me know, or just let me know if there's any type of video reading that you'd like to see. I've kind of experimented over the years of doing some videos that were collective readings, and pick a cards and things like that. So just let me know what you'd like to see, and I can do more of it. I'm going to be dedicating more time to this channel, so I just would love to kind of be able to give you guys what you want to see, and please like and subscribe and share and comment. I love when you guys comment, and I will do my best to respond to comments that I receive. Okay, all right, thank you so much. Have a great day.